All right, we're live. All right, what's up, brothers? Yo, this is Game Despair. You already know who it is, man. I got a special guest. I mean, first time guest, King Thrash, and then Crap Gamer. He's been on the show a couple times, man. Those are my dudes, and my special dude, Karaba, man. What's going on? What's popping, guys?
Yes, up.
Hey, it's going good, man. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, same here, man.
Hey, what you guys been playing? Actually, honestly, I've been stuck on what's called Returnal, bro. Fucking, I don't know why, but the mystery behind the game, man, is what keeps me coming back to it every single fucking time. It's like depressing when I die and come back to the fucking first bio place. And but for some reason it makes me keep coming back from orange shit. Like it's like you're taking an ass kick and you keep coming back to it.
Returnal is great. The problem is man, it gets tough. And what happened to me was I was on the third biome and they did an update and it wiped out my file. So I kind of gave up on that. Now I'm playing through Mass Effect right now. I picked that up and it just reminds me how much I love that era. You know what I mean? Like that first game, even though it's not as good, like graphically and things like that, it's just second to none. Like that's what I've been missing, like that type of RPG experience. We haven't had that in so long, and so yeah, I've been playing that. I'll probably pick back up onto Returnal at some point. They're talking about maybe instituting some like save points and things. So if they do that, I think it'll make it easier for people. You know what? Like I always thought, like there was like two camps with that game. People are like, I like how difficult it is. Fuck save zones. But I'm like, just offer maybe a traditional experience where there aren't any, and then offer one for other people that are, because otherwise you literally have to like that's the only game you can play because you have to keep your shit in rest mode, and it's just a weird situation where you have to like dedicate. You have to have hours ready to dedicate to it. So it's like it's a weird situation for me because with the kids and just life and everything, it's like I don't have that. So it makes it like less likely that I'll go back to it, even though I really got into it and thought they did a good job with it. And it's one of the most unique games that I've experienced. And for like the first big like PlayStation 5 exclusive this year, a hell of a job with that, man. I think it's amazing what they were able to do with it. And of course, next month, obviously, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, definitely. But what happened? Hold on. Supposedly your whole file save got corrupted?
Well, what happened was I wasn't where I was at. Basically, when it updates, it takes you back to you have to restart the game.
Did it wipe out your save file or no?
Well, no, not my save file, but basically it took me back to the beginning of the game.
Just your run.
Where I have to would have to do the runs again, and I was like, plus Mass Effect came out, and so I was just like, I'll probably go back to it. I'm just hoping that they update it with some kind of thing where you can actually have some kind of save opportunity and things like that. I don't know. Just for me personally, with how busy I am, it would just make things easier.
About the save file, I don't think there is a correct way to implement it. The only way I can think of is if your game crash, you should be able to start where you were before. However, if you are able to literally save at, let's say, every biome, people can misuse it by literally make use of make a duplicate of the save, and when they die, they can simply use the older save file and then reload at the same place where they were before. That's why I think if you implement a save file for this game, you're gonna break it.
Gotcha.
I mean, you could. They say that they have a difficulty with how to do it. You know what I mean? But maybe just like a save point or something. I don't know. Like, they're the game makers. I'm not.
There are genuinely a few ways in the game already you can make use of to return from this.
Yeah, I think, is your shortcut? Was your shortcut deleted or what? Like once you reach a third biome or any biome, there's always a shortcut to that biome.
Yeah. Okay. So after every biome, you get a shortcut. However, from biome 4 and onward, you genuinely start from biome 4. You don't start from biome 1 to 3 again.
I got a question actually. I don't know how far you guys got into the game. Just before we get into
I
the
finished
topic,
it.
but
I finished it and I got the secret ending as well.
okay. So like how in the first biome, right? I mean, after when you get to the second one, there's like a shortcut where it pretty much takes you straight to the boss, right? They don't have that for the third one, right?
They have it for everyone, for every.
Like a shortcut all the way to the boss.
Yes,
I
but
don't
in
think
order
either
to
one.
get
They
Damn,
have shortcuts to the boss.
yes,
yeah.
no, yes, even for the bus, there is a shortcut that make you skip almost 50-70% from the level.
Mm.
Damn,
But
I
you
must be
need to
dumb as
have
shit
beat
because I
it
can't find the third
beforehand.
one.
Sorry?
I must be dumb as hell because I haven't fucking found it and shit, man.
Oh
The
wait,
third one I
no,
couldn't find it.
not the third biome, but the second biome. My
The
bad.
second biome. Okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense. All right, guys. All right, fucking
But
okay.
there
So
is also a shortcut to the third biome, but not to the boss.
okay, that makes sense. All right. Anyways, let's get to the topic. All right, so I wanted to talk about this actually, PS Now versus Game Pass, and I remember Crap Gamer, you were doing a video about this actually, and you were saying they're pretty much kind of identical, right, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had Game Pass, right, but the thing is that I stopped it just because it just wasn't for me in some sense, because like $45 like every 3 months was kind of a little expensive, right?
Yeah.
And but the thing is too is like we talk about value all the time, right? When it comes to Game Pass, obviously, but isn't PlayStation Now and Xbox? I mean, PlayStation Now and PS Plus, like especially if you were to use CD keys for like PlayStation Plus, a better deal anyways to begin with, because it comes out to like $90 a year for like both of the services.
Well, actually, what's funny is PlayStation Plus is only, I think it isn't, it's only $60 a year.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, and so is PlayStation Now. So you could get both for 120, and hell, throw in EA Play for 30. That's 150 a year. Whereas if you're just paying the full upfront for Ultimate Game Pass, it's 180 a year. So you actually save $30 and you get access to a lot more games. They're very similar in that they both offer the ability to, they have streaming games. They both have different things like that. The main thing that people bring up is that there's newer games on Game Pass, which in some instances is true, but there's only one current gen only game on there, which is the Medium. And so I find that to be a little bit odd when people kind of bring that up, because they did bring MLB The Show and Outriders to it, but nobody's really talking about those games anymore. I think that with the rebranding and maybe bringing some newer games into the fold, I feel like Sony could easily do what Microsoft is doing. I mean, Microsoft really went on an all-out blitz. They're losing a lot of money using with Game Pass, and also dollar deals everywhere, right? Everybody can just basically trade in if you have gold, you can basically switch that over for $1. And so a lot of people are doing that, or 3 months for $1. So people are taking advantage of that. Sony hasn't really done that. I mean, I saw one deal where they were doing that for a month or whatever, a 2-week trial, but they really need to rebrand PlayStation Now and maybe even mix it with PlayStation Plus a little bit, because what we're seeing is a lot of people don't even know that you can download the games in PlayStation Now, right? Because originally it was only a streaming service, but you have really hundreds and hundreds of games that you can download and play. And even though some of the games are, I mean, they have stuff like the Avengers and things like that. So, they have some good games in there. It's just that a lot of people don't know about it. And I feel like a lot of that is Sony's fault. They haven't really kind of branded that very well, in my opinion.
But here's the thing, though. I can agree with merging PS Plus with PS Now. But the thing is, do they really need to follow suit when it comes to putting first party games day one? I don't think so.
I wouldn't put. I wouldn't put the day one stuff in there like that. Like, okay, well, I would put a caveat to that. Okay, so I wouldn't put my big AAA stuff in there day one. I would maybe put some of the smaller stuff in there to make it a little bit more appealing. And what I mean by that is, imagine they had something like that, and then you put something like Concrete Genie in their day one, or Medieval Remake in their day one. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Because if you look at PlayStation Plus, they did like Oddworld. I think that's a good day one thing. Like the way that they were able to do Destruction All Stars, right? Like that stuff makes a lot. that stuff makes a lot of sense to go into the service day one. Something like The Last of Us 2 or Ghost of Tsushima makes no sense to go in there because they're not going to make their money back on a single player game. They go at things differently than Microsoft. Microsoft does a bunch of microtransactions, heavily influenced with like online multiplayer. And so that keeps you going back. Like people would just sneak in, beat a single player game, sneak out. You know what I mean? Like Microsoft, much better set up to do like the multiplayer stuff, in my opinion, which is why it works out better for them, the way that they have things set up.
The way I look at it is like this, right? If we're comparing both of these services, right? I think it's a lot of things about PS Plus that people ignore to give Game Pass some kind of competitive advantage, or even PS Now, right? I mean, if we're talking Game Pass Ultimate, right? And we're talking PS Plus and PS Now. I mean, I could just take PS Plus. Or I can even just take PS Now. And people don't realize that if you have PS Now, you have free online game, right? Yeah, you don't need PS Plus if you have PS Now. You can play those games online for free. Whereas if you have Game Pass, but you don't have Game Pass Ultimate, you have to have Xbox Live to play your games online. So there's that advantage. There's also the advantage of what actually is value to a gamer. The money spent or the games available. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I look at PS Now and I'm paying $9 a month or $50 a year or $59 a year, and I look at Game Pass and you're paying double that a year, but then you look at the games, you got over 1,000 games now on PS Now, and you got 350 on fucking Game Pass, a lot of which are 360 games, where you can take all the PS4 games. And it'll be more games than what's available on Game Pass as a whole, right? So you got free online with that, and then you got more games, and it's cheaper, right? That's just three things right there that just stand out to me. But then if we're going to talk about day and date games, what people not realizing is that Sony's actually giving you the better deal, especially with the third-party day and date games. Since the PS5 came out, they've done day and date. Bugsnax was day and date. Destruction All Stars day and date. The Soul shit with the
Oddworld
was Oddworld, and then there was another one too. I forgot what it was. I believe there was another one, but those games were third-party games, day and fucking date on PS Plus. But the thing with PS Plus is it's not a rental. You have that as long as you have PS Plus, to where Outriders and MLB are temporary games. You know what I'm saying? So they're rental, and you don't even know how long you're gonna be able to rent them. You know what I'm saying? Those motherfuckers can go out of Game Pass next month, and you wouldn't even know it. To where at least you know with PS Plus you have those games day and date.
Yo, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, because I was thinking about the same thing. Like, it was created by a Sony studio, but who knows how long it's actually going to stay in Game Pass. It's not like it's going to stay on there forever.
It's not. And the only ones that are going to stay there forever are Microsoft first-party games.
Yeah.
And since they haven't delivered you that, and over on almost 600 something days already, almost 2 years, they haven't delivered you shit since Gears 5. Really, that's noteworthy. And then upcoming right now, we don't even know any release date soon. If you bought Game Pass just for the day and date games, then you've lost like $200, $300, $400 because you're just sitting here paying for Game Pass for games you didn't buy it for. So
yeah.
It's to me. I'm not saying I don't care. Like Game Pass, PS Now, I don't like no services. Right? Period. I don't give up. I like to own my games. I don't like people telling me when I can play it, where I can play it, and what I can play. So I believe Sony's deal is better simply because you just get more for your money. I mean, if that's the value, that's value on top of value, because gamers' value should be the games. If you got 1,000 fucking games for $9 bucks a month or $60 a year, and comparing to 300 games for $120 a year, I mean, I don't know. The money and the games are better on PS Now. Not to mention the rating of these games that are on PS Now. They have fucking iconic ass games on there.
Yeah,
definitely.
So and here's the thing too. Let me throw this out there real quick. The thing with and people make it sound like everybody has Game Pass on Xbox. No, they don't. Here's the thing. most of the gamers, even on PlayStation, they don't have PlayStation Now. Why? Because like it's those subscription services are very niche because it doesn't cater to them. I mean, there's
Right.
guys that only buy Call of Duty, sports games, like every freaking year. You know what I'm saying? So like, people need to chill the fuck out with this whole subscription service shit and making it sound like it's the fucking new best thing that just came out. Like, it's like coming to Jesus Christ or some shit.
Facts. I mean, it's clearly not, because if you look at what was spent and bought the most, it's on Xbox. It's a $70 game. It's Call of fucking Duty, right? And it's not on Game Pass, and it's $70 fucking to buy it, and it's one of the top games on it. And then if you look at PlayStation, the same exact thing. Call of Duty, $70, not on PS Now, not on PS Plus. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm not saying that that's what all gamers want. I'm just saying that if you look at what's selling and what's not selling, people just want great games. It doesn't matter the price. If the game is great, you will buy. Period. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, at the end of the day, all Microsoft and Sony is doing with PS Now and Game Pass is creating a new middleman, making themselves the middleman. Instead of EA or EA or whatever sending us a game straight between me and them, it's now EA sending a game to Microsoft, or sending a game, or I should say renting a game to Microsoft, and to have Microsoft then rent it to gamers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a double rental going on here. Like MLB The Show is a double rental for Game Pass, because Game Pass is renting it to be on its service, and then gamers are paying Microsoft. So Microsoft is paying MLB or whatever to have it on their service temporarily, and then gamers are paying Microsoft to play it while it's temporarily there. And the only people who know how long it's going to be there is Microsoft and MLB. The customer doesn't know how long that game is going to be there. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't care.
For me, I think the big advantage is going to come. Well, I don't know if advantage, but the big reason to have Game Pass is for the big games day and date on the Xbox side. The problem is they haven't had that in 619 days.
Right.
So basically.
I knew you knew the number.
Oh hell yeah, I do, man. We're you know what I mean? Like it's like I can't let that go because people act like it's not. Here's the thing: like hypocrisy, even on either side, it bugs me. So like the Xbox fans will go, well, exclusives don't matter. But then over the weekend, everybody was talking Starfield. It's like, do they matter or do they not? You know what I'm saying? So they clearly matter, but it's like when you don't have them, of course you're going to downplay them. And the other thing that bugs me is Xbox fans call PlayStation games single player one and dones, but Starfield's a single player RPG. Right. So it's a one and done. Like, does that mean they're not going to play? So it's like the hypocrisy is out there. And for me personally, I think that Game Pass won't be a big deal, or like, I mean, I understand that it's successful or whatever, and 18 million or whatever. But again, I don't know anybody that's paying $10 or $15 a month for that. Right. I had 3 years of live stacked on my account for $1 one time that all converted over to Game Pass Ultimate. So I have it till December of 2022. Now that's like, I would not pay $15 a month for that. And the price will probably go up at some point. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, but to people that maybe were paying that, you're for those 2 years that they went without a big AAA exclusive, you're basically paying all that money for pretty much old games. And so it's not really worth it to me. Like, I like to own my games too. So not everyone's in my situation though. I boot up my PlayStation and I've got, 400 games, 450 games between PS5 and PS4 to choose from, or I boot up my Xbox and I've got like almost 1,100 games to choose from without that service. So like I go through the service and I'm like, have it, played it, don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's something, and I get the argument, people are like, well, I didn't even know I would like this type of game. Usually I know what type of game I like and what I don't like. So the reason why the game wouldn't be bought or played by me is because I knew that I wouldn't like it, because I'm the type of gamer that will buy when there's those big sales and there's a game that goes on sale for $5. Like I bought Fallout 4 for $5. I have no intention ever to play that game, but it was $5, right? So it's like Game of the Year edition or something. So I bought it. I do that all the time. So there's like tons and tons of games that I have probably no real intention of playing, but I bought them anyway. And that's just how I do things, because I would rather own my games than rent my games and not know what's going to come out. Like, when am I going to wait to see if if I wanted to wait a year, Mass Effect Collection could be in EA Access or whatever. But I don't want to wait a year to play that. You know what I mean? I'm playing it now. I want to play that shit now.
Yeah,
It's like I don't want to play Madden when it goes to the vault a year later. You know, I want to play that when it comes out new and the football season just starts. Like that's how I am. And so it's like, you know, for me that makes the most sense. Game Pass to me is not here nor there when I talk about Xbox versus PlayStation. Like a lot of people will bring up Game Pass as like right away thing. I don't really do that because it's not a big deal to me. You know, it's like the games are the most important thing, and Microsoft doesn't have anything that they can play that I can't play on PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like there's a couple of like I got Mass Effect on Xbox because it's a backwards compatible title basically, and so it can run at 120 frames on my TV. That's why I got that version. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, for everything else, like I find that like something that just happened today. Okay, like Watch Dogs Legion is getting a 60 frames update on the PS5. That means every major PS5 game that's released this generation is at least 60 frames on PS5. Wow. Every single one of them. Like there were so many people that were concerned about, oh well, games are going to be 30 frames, and you have an option to play them at that. But every single game now that game's getting updated, every major game has 60 frames at least option. Where on the Xbox side, there's some that doesn't, including the Medium, which is you know a 30 frames per second game, which plays really old. Now I have a hard time playing 30 frames now, right? Like I prefer playing at 60 and above, and you know that's why I'm enjoying these next gen consoles. But I think Microsoft really has to do a better job of getting stuff down to the gamer, right? It can't just be promises and things like that because the promises got old, you know, 3-4 years ago.
You know what? I'm gonna piggyback on your on the hypocrisy point you made about one and done games.
Yeah.
Did you realize that every third-party game on Game Pass is one and done because they're there temporarily? So it's like how many times can you keep going back to that game?
Well, if you're a person that goes through a bunch of games anyway, how long are you going to spend in these games? You know what I mean? Like I like to move. I like to go on and then go on to the next thing, and you know.
Essentially, one and done was never a point in the first place. The one and done was never something to stand behind because I beat games, and when I beat them, I'm done with them unless I really like the game and want to go back and do some shit, and that's rare, right?
Yeah,
I'm not a trophy hunter either.
I get where you're coming from. I'm a trophy hunter myself and stuff like that, but you know, I mean, like for instance, The Last of Us, I did the platinum in probably 2 runs, but I still played it an additional 8 more times and stuff. So it's not really one and done if you love the game. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about playing the game again.
Right.
You know,
there's no such thing as one and done.
Yeah,
a game, that should never come up because either you love a game or you don't. There's no such thing as every multiplayer game isn't a forever game. If you like it, then or if you don't like it or didn't like it enough, then it's likely one and done. You know what I'm saying? Like because it doesn't matter how much content they put in it or how much of this or how much of that. If you like a fucking game, you'll play it. It's like Returnal is the ultimate single player game, not multiplayer, but not one and done. Because it forces you to keep going and go. It doesn't force you, but you know, it's addicting once you get to understand everything. So it's like that's just to me that was just a non-gamer argument whenever it came up. It just boggled my mind. Like, why are you guys talking like this? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
I don't know, man. Some people are fucking weird. You know how it is and shit. And by the way, you know, I don't want to give this motherfucker too much spotlight and shit. Game trailers, your best friend crap gamer. Game Heroes, what the fuck his name is how is PlayStation Now better than Game Pass? Laughing my ass off. Game Pass is an optional service. People can try the game out before you buy it. I mean, come on, do you really fucking believe that shit? That people are fucking just using Game Pass as like a temporary blockbuster and shit just to get the game and then decide to buy it? No,
we have been through this already. Every single game has sold more on PlayStation versus Xbox. Resident Evil 8. I'm pretty sure Mass Effect is gonna sell more on PlayStation than Xbox.
Oh, it's already like in the UK, it's like a 80 or something, 80%.
80-20.
Yeah, 80-20 split. I mean,
It's
that's the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Look, not everybody has a TV that's capable of doing that anyway. But I went out and splurged, so I was going to take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can play a game at 120, I will. But again, that's a backwards compatible game. There's no PS5 version because the
Right.
PS5 is playing the PS4 Pro version,
right.
right? So it's 60. But it's not playing the like. I'm not like, and people kind of jumped on that. They're like, "Whoa!" It's like, it's getting really outdone. It's not really getting outdone. The problem is it's backwards compatible, and you know what I mean. Microsoft went all in on that because what else were they going to do?
Right.
To be quite honest with you,
I
what
mean-
else could they do?
Right. I mean that's the beauty of it. Like I see what Microsoft is doing. Microsoft is trying to compete in a different way. They can't compete with their games simply because they don't have the talent to stand up against or next to Naughty Dog or something like that. Not saying that these games are bad. I love Gear. I mean, anybody who you can go check out my achievements and see that I've played and beat every Gears except 4 and 5 because those two are fucking garbage in comparison to 1 through 3. And you can see in my shit that I actually own both 4 and 5, and I've played 4 and 5 to know that it doesn't stand up to 1 through 3. I can go play 1 through 3 again. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the talent. The people that were talented left. Halo is their biggest shit, and Bungie is gone. Gears was the biggest shit after that, and Epic is gone. So now you have a lot of people doing a lot of shit that either A, they didn't create, or B, don't want to do. I mean, if you're going to sit here and tell me that the initiative was built from the fucking ground up to make Perfect Dark, bro, I believe that's why that boss left. It's because what you don't have no creative freedom. They're saying, "Oh, you got all this creative freedom." I doubt they built the initiative from the ground up, thinking to remake fucking Perfect Dark. You could have had anybody do that. You know, it's already created. It's already there for you. The story, the characters, the premise. It's all there for you already. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no. The same thing with 343 and the same thing with the Coalition. I wish those are some of their most talented people. I wish they would let them just take that risk and make a new IP.
Yeah, make something different, right? Just kind of
Right.
like, how
Make a new IP.
developers stopped making Killzone and then they went to what's it called?
Right. Did you notice
Tsushima.
all of Sony people made new
Oh, my
shit?
bad, bro.
Yeah,
But-
no, my bad. No, well,
Wait, hold on one second.
They made Horizon, fool, not.
Wait, hold on one second. Hey, game trailers. Hey, bro, be respectful. Because if not, I'm gonna fucking bring you on the show and you're gonna get fucking booed off just like you did on Z's show, right, man? So chill the fuck out. Sit your ass down.
I heard his grandma was yelling or something. I don't know.
some shit like that.
Shit was
Oh,
crazy,
yeah,
but
man.
I mean, listen, game trailers is game trailers, right? Like this dude, if people want to know about him, he bought Death Stranding for me because he lost a bet. He said that Gears 5 would score 95 Metacritic or better. And that's easy money for me because that game was no way going to score a 90-something Metacritic. And he's also a guy that said that Crackdown 3 would score a 90-something Metacritic. And
I
he
know
said that. Yeah,
This motherfucker wants to come in on the show, but you know what, dude? I don't know if I should entertain this shit, honestly, to be honest with you. I don't know, man.
No, it's too early. His grandma's up, man. You gotta wait till his grandma's up.
wait till she takes her pills. She'll, she takes naps and things. So.
I mean, it's like I said, man. Like that's why I never pay. Well, I don't even pay attention to my own chat, right? Because my whole chat, anybody from the round table, shout out to y'all. Do what y'all do. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
And they know what it is. Like they know. I mean, I pay attention to them, but I know they're talking shit. They talk shit to me. They talk shit to everybody. Period. But none of them are as dumb as this trader guy right here, dog. So I wouldn't even fuck with this guy.
I mean, it's just that I don't want to cause any drama and shit like that. But if I do bring him on here, it's gonna be stupid as hell. I'm gonna feel bad for my listeners because this guy's gonna get roasted on left and right and shit overcooked by not even. Yeah,
I'm not in the best of moods today either. He come on, he gonna have to answer a whole lot of questions for me.
All right, okay.
I am gonna ask you guys this: since when was Starfield hype a thing? Like, am I the only one that think No one care about Starfield. They only want to use it as an ammo for console war bullshit. No more.
Yeah, well,
Well, we
that's
don't
the
know
only.
anything about it, so yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We literally know nothing about it. It's a single player RPG that I guess has some space elements, but other than that, we don't know anything about it. So I think it's 100% console war stuff. And it's funny to me because, like I said, nobody cared about it previously, and now all of a sudden, like exclusives matter, and they really. They're making fun of PlayStation people. Oh, you can't play it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I can play it personally because I have an Xbox, but, we don't even know if the game's going to be good or not. Part of it was made in the pandemic. Is it going to be glitchy? Bethesda games tend to have a lot of problems
Yeah,
at
it's using that
launch.
old
So, I
engine
mean,
too.
yeah, yeah.
They said it's using that old engine. So
Like what I saw, the screenshots that I saw don't look very good. So, I mean,
And that's the thing too, like you pretty much ended up saying it. Like what we've been all pretty much saying is that we don't know anything about the game. So how the hell can you be hyped up or something? I mean, what if it's like a 3D scroller or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Also, one thing that I'm curious about: what if they already made the deal way before Microsoft bought Bethesda and it's not even an exclusive? What are they gonna do?
I will
Downplay
be
it?
right back, guys. I need to take out my dog. Give me 1 sec.
I think it depends. Since nothing was announced yet, unlike Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, those were already like deals made ahead of time. So it would be funny, I think, but I still think that it's exclusive to Xbox. I think that one of the big reasons they made that deal is because they knew they needed a game, and since that game didn't have any kind of deal signed, I think that's probably why. They did it the way that they did it. I don't know. For me, anyway, that's what I think.
all right, I'll throw this out here. I'll throw this out there for y'all. Right, I said this shit before. I mean, I don't know if y'all watch my channel or not, or watch my actual real videos, not just my podcast.
Yeah.
But I promise you, I'm like 90% accurate on my predictions or thoughts on a situation, like how it came out when Sony got crossplay. They're the ones getting paid for crossplay, right? With Epic, how Epic just came out with that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I said that day one. I said people are thinking that Sony is bowing to Epic or bowing to Xbox and them, when in reality they bow to Sony, and people laughed me out the room. And I'm like, no, trust me. I've been in business for a long time. Sony went to the table. They had it. They tried to make everybody like for free, and Sony's like, look, nigga, everybody play this shit on my shit. So I, I'm not gonna sit there and just mix my crowd of people with y'all. I'm making money. Y'all struggling. Y'all need me. So if y'all want crossplay with my platform, you need to pay us. And at first they were like, no. And then Microsoft and Nintendo were holding hands in the fucking Twitters and all of that shit. All business moves to try to get gamers to push Sony, but it didn't work. So Epic went back to the table and said, fine, y'all be the only ones to get paid. Y'all be the only ones to get paid. We need this to happen. So then it happened. And it happened in beta. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same. Like I know I predict a lot of shit. And one thing that I predict is that I predicted this long ago. I think Halo Infinite will launch in PS5, and I think Game Pass will be on PS5. I believe that shit is going to happen, and it already been backed up because that email that came out, I don't know if it's true email or not, with Phil Spencer saying that they're still trying to get a push to get Game Pass or XCloud or whatever
Yes,
on other consoles.
but
That
about
is the
that,
ambition. The ambition is to get it on PlayStation, to get it on Nintendo, to get it on cell phones, PC. That is Microsoft's ambition. It's
yeah,
fucking
about that, I agree with you on that front. However, it's PlayStation that's not gonna agree with putting Game Pass on their console.
I don't think so neither. I don't think that that's what they're going to do. I don't think that's what Microsoft wants to do. But I think
I know.
I think the free to play version of Halo will be on PS5.
Oh, that would be
This is my theory.
interesting.
That is my theory. I mean, Sony, people not understanding, like Sony is partners with Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like a beef thing. It's one thing to have a game cost full price on PlayStation sitting. It's another to have it not be. And then it's a whole other thing if it's popular. That's why Minecraft launched day and date on PS4 with Minecraft Dungeons, right? Microsoft could have easily had made that an Xbox exclusive or Xbox ecosystem exclusive, but it still came in PlayStation. That means PlayStation agreed and Microsoft agreed. So if they do a free-to-play version of Halo, like Fortnite, Sony knows that they probably make more money off of Halo than Microsoft just because of the user base that Sony has. So I'm into the thought, maybe not the single player part, but the free multiplayer part that they're talking about. I'm in the mindset that will launch on PS5, and I'm willing to bet money on it.
Do you think that would happen day one, or?
I think they won. If Sony agrees to it, they won.
Microsoft don't care. They would launch it on a toaster. We know that. But PlayStation, on the other hand, they value their position. What I mean by that
They do.
is them being the market leader. We can see them. We already see them trying to make use of the advantage they have. So
Right.
I genuinely don't see them allowing Microsoft to get any of their own what's called.
But listen. But how would that hurt them? How would having a free-to-play Halo hurt Sony? Their customers not spending money on it. In fact, to play it, they're going to need PS Plus probably. Oh no, probably not because it's going to be free-to-play.
But what are you guys talking about? If they bring the services to PlayStation?
No, if they bring Halo Infinite, I predicted that Halo Infinite is going to be on the online, the free to play version is going to be on PlayStation 5, and I don't see any way that it hurts Sony's brand because they don't got to go to Xbox to play Halo. On top of that, it's free, so they're not losing any money. They're only gaining money. Everything is in Microsoft's pocket. Microsoft has to pay for the online, has to pay for the game to be developed. Sony don't got shit. They don't even get 30%. They're going to get a cut. Just like they did with Fortnite, just like they're doing right now with Call of Duty Warzone. They're sharing Call of Duty Warzone with Xbox. What's the difference of having?
Yeah.
I mean, if they wanted to be the next Warzone, then they would do that because Infinite's launching on PCs, it's on Steam, it's on Xboxes. You know what I mean? I'm sure. I mean, obviously, a mobile or whatever. If they were smart, they would make a like a standalone Halo mobile instead of relying on xCloud, like do it the way that Call of Duty does it. There's a Call of Duty mobile that's different from the main game, but I mean, I could see that. I could even see that maybe coming down to Switch on a maybe I don't know, the Switch Pro or something along those lines. But
remember,
you gotta remember the Switch is streaming games now too. Like I did streaming Resident Evil 7, I believe, and it's streaming something else. It
streams Control.
Yeah, Control. It's Control and Resident Evil 7. At least
remember there was that tweet from Xbox and Switch, so maybe they're gonna partner up and put Game Pass on Switch.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That one whole tweet that was happened a while ago where it said, we play together, some bullshit like that. Yeah.
I think it's all, you got to remember, it's all about branding, right? Like right now, you see PlayStation branding on Xbox, you see Xbox branding on PlayStation, right? With MLB and Minecraft. But what they did, if you notice in Call of Duty, they don't do the branding. They don't tell you that this is on an Xbox. They just show a console, like this is another console that's not PlayStation. They could do the same thing with Halo, to where it'll show just another console and then PC and then your PlayStation emblem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let
me ask
the
you a
whole
quick question.
MLB thing.
Hold on. Okay, so Umar, shout out to him. He's a cool guy. He said, so Switch has a streaming service. To be honest with you, I'm kind of new to that. Is that actually, they have their own streaming service?
They're just streaming the game to make it work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Control Stream Version or something like that. Yeah, I don't think that those things are very popular, especially here.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Like, here's the thing. Like, for Game Pass to go on Switch or whatever, you would have to really ask these companies to, like, they lose out on the third-party revenue that they would normally be making. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be as a big a deal if Microsoft made up for that, right? If they're like, well, we'll pay the 30% or whatever per download or per stream or whatever.
Right.
But
what game is it?
Let me
just Game Pass in general. Right, like the reason why they say that it wouldn't come to PlayStation or Switch.
I have a work around that. I have actually a work around that. Imagine a Game Pass. Just how PC got its own version of Game Pass. Imagine this version of Game Pass, but it's only meant for Xbox games only. What I mean by that is that 26 or 23 studios that Xbox own and second party deals, they would be only on that Game Pass, and that would be then distributed to PlayStation and Switch.
Yeah, but
I
you
mean,
know,
maybe, but I think the problem would be how do you charge for that, right? Like, what would the charge be? Because right now they're like, okay, well, for Ultimate Game Pass, you get Xbox Live Gold and you get EA Play, and you know what I'm saying? So if you were to only do Game Pass that offers Microsoft's games, like how many games would that actually be? I don't think that it'd be 100
Right.
on there.
No, every single game that Microsoft have ever published.
I don't think
But-
Game Pass is going to be on PlayStation, man. I think XCloud might, but I don't even know if that'll even work. To be honest,
but you know, even if it did, okay, let's just say it did happen, right? The thing is that they did, like, I think it was like some survey, or they were checking up, like, you know, who, like, for instance, let's put in Nintendo, those guys, they don't really buy third-party stuff, man. They buy their fucking Nintendo games, man. I
Right.
swear to God.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You know, you have loyal PlayStation fans and stuff like that. I mean, even if they did, let's just say Xbox did put Game Pass on all platforms. You know, obviously Nintendo and fucking PlayStation. I mean, would they really even do well to begin with and stuff like that? Because, like, for me, I have Game Pass, right?
Mhm.
But it just doesn't cater to me, bro. I turn it on, play a little bit, and then I just go back to my PlayStation. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't think that it would work if just for streaming purposes. It's like, I keep saying this, like, I don't think gamers want to play that way. You know what I mean? Like, it just isn't a good experience. And I feel like it's never going to be as, I mean, all of us are hyped up that we have our new consoles that are able to do, you know, 4K, 60, 120 frames. Do we really want to be like stuck playing 720p or, you know, 1080p and with a lot of lag and stuff like that? Like, I don't think that people really want to play that way. So I don't think Game Pass is a big deal. Even if it were to go to Switch, like, I think people still like, the reason why the Switch is so popular is, yeah, it's portable, but people can play that natively. You don't have to be connected online. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would, I always tell people that, I'm like, well, there we go. Well, it could go to Switch, but Switch doesn't have a online, like a AT&T or anything like that. So you could only play at Wi-Fi. Right. And I just don't think that it would work out as well as people really think it is. People are in such a hurry for Microsoft to do this thing where they can grow their subscribers and grow this and grow that, but they don't understand that, look, Stadia had to have an announcement the other day saying, hey, we're still here. Basically, they're dying. I mean, they're about dead. Who, like, have we heard anything about Luna? The person that made that already left Amazon. Literally, nobody's using this stuff. Like, these things are closing down. People don't want to stream games. You know, it just kind of is what it is. And people like on that have like, for some reason, it's like, well, Microsoft hasn't done it before. That's why it's going to be successful. I'm like, Microsoft's doing a console that's not successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, Microsoft did an iPod that wasn't that wasn't successful. They did a phone that wasn't successful, a music streaming service that wasn't successful, a game streaming service in Mixer that wasn't successful. Like, they do shit that's not successful all the time. Just because they're doing it doesn't mean it's going to be a success. And, you know, I think a lot of people are going to have to kind of come to grips with that, because if you look at the way that Microsoft hides xCloud, it used to have its own app, but it only had 1 million downloads or so, basically the same as Stadia. Now they moved that to the Game Pass app so that it looks better, right? Like, and they bundle it with Game Pass. That way you never know how many people are actually using it. So now it's like on the actual Game Pass app itself with over 5 million downloads. But those aren't xCloud downloads. You know what I mean? That they move things around to make it look better. And I find that to be very, very kind of odd and kind of funny, just to me personally anyway.
You know, it kind of reminds me of people hyping up, like, oh no, go ahead, Thresh.
No, go ahead.
It kind of reminds me of like people hyping up this whole thing where, okay, now I can play my Xbox games on my fucking phone, bro, man. Man, good luck with that shit, man. You're on the fucking subway and somebody fucking takes your shit with your controller along with it, man. I'm not gonna fucking play my fucking phone while I'm moving and shit, man.
This is why I said, oh my bad.
No, go ahead.
This is why. All right, this is why I said that the console war is stupid. It's over already. Like the console war is over. Right now, it's the fanboy war. Might as well call it that, right? Because people are just making shit up now, and journalists are getting in on it because it helps them with clicks. Like we are in a different age other than when we had a real console war, like that was Nintendo and Sega. You know what I'm saying? Or N64 and PlayStation 1. Or, like those were real console wars where it was the console companies warring against each other for our dollars, not us justifying what we paid or cheerleading on a bad game because it's on my console. You know what I'm saying? Gamers were quiet. We were just enjoying games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had a Nintendo. My cousin had a Sega, so I would fucking bring my Nintendo over, and we would play all the fucking games and have fun. I'd be like, damn, this nigga got Sonic, all right. And he like, damn, he got Mario. So, yeah, nigga, let's combine, because we were hype about just games. And it was these consoles battling each other.
Bro, those were the good old days, bro. The good old days.
Man, that was real gaming.
I swear to God, bro. Like when we didn't have to worry about fucking people talking about tech and shit like they're tech experts, and now like everybody's like, everybody's analyzing like.
You go to somebody's house like, my shit is 16 bits, yours is 8. Like, you didn't hear that shit back in the day.
Nobody knew what that shit was. That's why.
The thing about that,
was like shit. Like fuck, bro. Like I think some of the best games were in that age. Like Super Mario still stands out as one of the best games to me. You know what I'm saying? Super Mario, Super Mario World. My bad, not regular Super Mario. Super Mario World when he had the cape and shit, and when Yoshi first came out, that game was so fucking deep, and it was a level of difficulty and not difficult at the same time. You could build your mans up, and it was to me. Those were the days where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy gaming. And people would watch you in the house playing and shit, and you would switch controllers when you die, whatever. Like 007 on an N64. That shit was insane. I mean, people would just sit there and just play it, everybody, Now it's less gaming and more arguing about what they believe their subjective opinion is better,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just bullshit, dog. Like I tell people all the time, all right, hop on the sticks. If I ask you for your fucking achievement, like this one thing that kills me. I'll stop taking the mic too much, but look, this the one thing. This is the one thing that kills me badly. Is when I did the whole gamer review, right? Mm-hmm. When I put up everybody's fucking accounts and shit, did all this work pulling up people's accounts on PlayStation and Xbox.
By the way, before you go, I actually wanted to talk about that, and it has something to do with achievements and trophies, and like that you had an argument with Post Up and shit like that. But go on. Like I'll talk about that after.
Well, yeah, it's like I said in that argument with Post Up, it's not really telling you that you're a gamer or not. It was more on, okay, these are your achievements. These are your trophies. These are your accomplishments in gaming. Now, if those accomplishments show that you're lying about what game you played or what games you like, then that's a you problem. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Don't lie. Like what do you need to lie about gaming for? So, I mean, people who take offense to it saying that I'm stalking them, I'm like, this is public information, my guy. Like, who would be embarrassed, even if you have fucking 3 trophies? Niggas show, like, look, I got 3 of these motherfuckers, though. Nigga, they mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you don't have to be embarrassed about it. Just if you want to have a higher gamer score, then game. What am I telling you to do? Play video games? We supposed to be gamers.
But they don't play games, so you see it.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of people who pretend to game. That's why, like people like, oh, look up crap and look up. Like I gave big ups to kids. Like if I was on some fanboy shit, why would I give Kid Smooths and Dirk Griggity and all of them the props that I gave them? You know what I'm saying? I let and Cole Eastwood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
Cole, I saw that.
I let their gaming achievements speak for themselves. I don't need to say anything. So if I see it, I'm like, oh shit, good shit. I mean, he's doing it.
I hear you though. It's like where you have the instance though where that dude was hyping up Crackdown 3 and doesn't hardly have any achievements on that game though.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
and I think we all
that
seen
big up in Octopath Traveler, bro. And nobody played more than 2 hours.
Here's the thing, bro. Like, I mean, it doesn't bother me that somebody has a low gamer score or like a high trophy count. Like, but I get what you were saying. on that podcast when you were talking to Post. The thing is too is that, dude, if all you do is play, like, let's just say Call of Duty and sports games, right? I mean, awesome, bro. That's cool. I mean, you're still a gamer. I'm not saying
Right.
exactly. You're not less of a gamer. But then when you go out of your fucking way and start talking trash about other games that you're not going to play, why the fuck are you doing that? And then all of a sudden you check out their score and you're like, damn, your shit is crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes no sense for people to start talking and bashing about other games when all they do is just play the same crap all the time. I mean,
all the time. Yeah, they don't even play those games to know the experience that you get or the difficulties or anything. You can't bash something that you're not interested in or even played or like anybody's hype about Bethesda. Oh, Bethesda, yes, Xbox is on top. But then you go and see that they never played a Bethesda game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and some of those games are already available on Game Pass if you were pushing that, so you could have played it.
Or PS Now. There was a lot. There was a lot of those Bethesda games on PS Now. That's when and this is the thing. Like, people always go to me. They go, "Well, what do you think about that Bethesda news?" And I'm like, "It's big news." And I'm thinking back. I'm like, "But the last Bethesda game I beat was Skyrim on the 360." You know what I mean? Like, so it's not maybe as big. Like, and I'm not saying they don't make good games, because I thought Doom was good. Doom was great. I haven't tried it. I haven't tried Eternal yet, but like, I never got around to beating it. It was just like, the backtracking and stuff was a little, I was like, eh. But yeah, I mean, like, I never played the new Prey or Dishonored. Like, those didn't seem like my thing. Deathloop looks cool. I have to see about Ghostwire Tokyo, but it's like, to me, it wasn't as big of a deal as what it was to some of these people, because, the games, I wasn't really into them. Like, I didn't really like Evil Within. I didn't like the letterboxing.
Right.
So I didn't play that. I never played the second one. So it's like, people are just kind of surprised always. Like, oh, well, you didn't like this. I hate Fallout games. I've been very upfront about that. I don't like Fallout games, like scavenge for 2 bullets and then there's like 10 enemies. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that shit. It just,
but hold on. Evil Within, bro, that was pretty good, actually. It wasn't
I don't like letterboxing. Like, for some reason, like on video games, it, like, to me, it doesn't add to anything. Like, that was my big problem with The Order. Like, that was an okay game. I thought it had a good story, but it was like the letterbox. And I guess they fixed that stuff later through updates, but it doesn't do me any good, because once I'm finished with something, for the most part, I'm not going to go back to it. It's like, I'm done with it. So
I recently went back to that too. I actually beat it again. The Order. It's actually still fucking great, bro. Like, oh my god. I'm like,
it looks great, man. They just the main problems that I had with that game were the weapons sometimes didn't feel like they had any weight behind them, and the one fight that you do in the middle is the same one at the end. It's like like pretty much exactly the same. It was kind of short, and there was some levels that were just like talking or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
no, you're right. I mean, to me, they fucked up to where, like, the Lycans, when you fight the werewolf, it should have been more horror version. Like, they should have been hunting you instead of they coming out of a corner and come bite you and then run back. No, like, you should have been like in stealth mode somewhere, hiding behind cover, trying to hide from it, and they're stalking you, and you get a shot in and whatever the fuck. They should have made it like darker. I thought it was going to be way darker and scarier than what it was. But I mean, to me, that was my gripe with it, and the length, of course. I mean, right when it got really good, it ended. So, it's just, I don't know, man.
That's true. It was a good game, though. But you know what? Speaking on gamer score, let's get onto this topip. I think I'll probably have this as the last one. That IGN motherfucker. What's his name? I forgot.
Justin something.
Justin.
Yeah. He ended up saying.
Is he not the same person that was on Kiss Move?
No, that's Destin. I'm on his ass too.
All right,
you can talk about him too. I went and looked up all of them. See, what they don't know is they fucking with the wrong. I looked up all of them.
See, the thing is, this dude ended up saying that he hasn't turned on his PlayStation right in 2 months, right?
Right.
And then people, everybody and their mama started calling him out because he hadn't played the recent game in 2 weeks or some bullshit like that.
Right.
On Xbox, his last game was 2 weeks. Yakuza. Yeah.
And dude, it kind of bothers me too, because some people, these journalists have a big followings and stuff like that, and that could hurt and break a company, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then especially how some journalists were downplaying games and stuff like that, like that whole fiasco that happened with Jeff Grubb and that one other lady that was fucking talking shit all the time.
Yeah.
And he said she quit. Man, bro, some of these people seriously need to get out of the fucking industry. I swear to God, bro, because you should be positive, bro. It's gaming, man. Come on. I don't know
Yeah.
what you guys think about the whole, journalists
Well,
and
the
shit they
thing,
say.
when I'm making a documentary, man, and it's actually been delayed several times because there's just so much going on, and it's like it's gonna have to be episodic because there's just so much going on with these journalists. Um, they they don't follow the code of ethics for journalism. Like you're not supposed to go out there and state an opinion. You only or even the truth. You're not even supposed to state the truth because people have different truths. You know what I'm saying? What's true to one person isn't true to another. That's why there's good guy, bad guy, right? That Lex Luthor has his own truth in what he believed the fucking world should be, and Superman has his own truth on what he believed the world should be, right? So everybody has their own truth. So you're only supposed to report facts, not truth. Those are two different things, right? And this is I actually have in my documentary, I have the philosopher behind journalism go over the rule. He said there's over 500 codes of ethics, but there are top 5 that you have to follow, and one of those is truth. And it's facts, it's stating the facts, and that's what we're not getting from developers now. We're not getting the facts from them. We're getting lies. In fact, like that guy just blatantly lied about his him playing Game Pass, and him giving up his PlayStation, right? Because PlayStation didn't have games. So I'm the one that actually started that. I'm the one that really outed guys. But somebody else went and I think somebody told Persona. The homie he told Persona because of my tweet about this guy. Because my tweet was based on, okay, if you're fucking saying this motherfucker got to be mowing his line right in front of my shit, you bitch ass. He said let me move because I'll fuck around and cuss this nigga out loud.
But like that's the thing, bro. Like, people are saying, like, that dude, he was saying, oh well, there's nothing to play on PlayStation until they get more games. What the fuck are you talking about? We just got Returnal.
No, it's
and the Ratchet and
impossible.
Clank is coming out.
No.
But that's a problem. They don't play
I'm
games.
gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you even better, bro. I looked up his PS Plus account, right? And his PS Plus account, he has PS Plus. So if you're gonna say I went to Game Pass for the games, I'm like, well, shit. You PS Plus had the most crazy 6 months of free games ever, right? Because they was just giving out all type of fucking those fucking games that were permanent for you. Not to mention, if you have a PS5, they gave you 25 motherfucking games
Yeah,
of the best PlayStation 4 games just off top,
PlayStation Collection.
right? And then on top of that shit, they were giving you those third party games day and fucking date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they were giving you the stay at home initiative, right?
Yeah.
So they were giving games left and right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if you don't have PS Now and you have Game Pass, if you just have PS Plus, you already got a grip of games just off top day one. So and to me, I'm like, why lie? Like Xbox literally doesn't have a single game made for the Xbox. All they have is third party games. Sony has first party games that launch day and date. They have They had games launching throughout this entire time, and they gave all those shits I just mentioned. Whereas Microsoft only had what, Outriders and MLB. So just leave all of that behind. Even though MLB is available on PlayStation, even though Outriders is on PlayStation, we're gonna abandon all that to pay to get get an Xbox because Game Pass.
Yeah,
And it's like, what are we talking about here, bro? Like there's nothing the Xbox has that PlayStation doesn't. In fact, PlayStation has more of everything, from backwards compatible games from different generations to the services to the fucking games, the next generation games. It just didn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
To even think about saying that.
I completely get that, especially when you get your
take.
PS5. Yeah, like, when we got the PS5, right? We saw that it had PlayStation collections, right?
Right.
And I forgot how many games they offered, but man, I went through the list and I was like, God damn, these are a lot of good games for people that didn't actually buy them.
Fucking Persona. I mean, it wasn't even just like a section of the same type of games. That shit was mixed like a motherfucker. Fucking Persona 5, Days Gone, fucking I think Horizon was in there. Ratchet and Clank was in there. Final Fantasy 15 was in there. Like, it's just, oh my god, bro. I just
dude.
Like, it's lies like that get me fucking hot, bro.
No, yeah,
It does.
straight up,
God
yeah.
of War as well, Mortal Kombat, and
Days Gone, I
many
think.
other games. But
Yeah.
but that's the thing. We live in an era where it's okay to not okay. Just people don't care about the truth anymore. They
Right.
are capable of spreading lies and misinformation, and if they are famous enough or have big following, then they're gonna get away with it.
Yeah, but
Yeah. The
that's the
only.
thing that bothers me. I'll
Yeah.
let you go after this, Josh.
No, go
That's
ahead.
the thing that
Go
bothers
ahead.
me too, man. Because like I don't understand people sometimes. To be honest with you, it's like sometimes people follow these liars, even though they know they're fucking lying, just to make themselves feel better about themselves, which is fucking weird. I don't understand it. I'm like, how can you be following somebody that's spreading misinformation and shit? You know what I'm
And then
saying?
they
Yeah.
say we're trolling, blah blah blah. No, you're not trolling. You're being stupid right now. Sit down.
They like to be told what they want to hear is the thing. There's a lot of money in that. To be honest with you, it's like nobody talks about that, but everybody knows me. Like I'll be honest about it as can be, man. There's a good amount of money in telling people exactly what they want to hear.
What they want to hear. Yeah.
Yep, when they want to hear it
But-
too, man. They don't want to hear that Xbox is bad. They want to hear how great it is and how wait for E3 and
Right.
then wait for this and wait for that. It's like they do. That's what they want. And if you turn your back on that and start questioning that, then those people will find other people to go to that will tell them what they want to hear. And the thing that I've noticed is PlayStation fans aren't as they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They aren't as worried about it as like the Xbox fans. The Xbox fans will gravitate towards the positive Xbox news, whereas PlayStation fans, they aren't as worried about, oh, well, make me feel better about my purchase. Xbox fans want that and they crave that. And it's easy to see like how that all kind of stemmed and picked up and things like that. And it's so weird to me that people defend Xbox right now, despite the fact that 619 days of no AAA exclusives. And, and I always go back to when I was doing it, we had games to play, man. I was out hundreds of hours in the Titanfall. And you know what I mean? Like there was actually games to get excited about. And now it's like we've seen zero footage of any new game on an Xbox, right? I mean, we've seen some Halo screenshots on a super high-end PC that nobody has, but we've never seen it run on an Xbox. We've never seen any of the games that they've announced run on an Xbox. We don't know when they're going to get released, what year, what day, like nothing. That we literally know nothing. So while it's cool to go, like I'll be honest, I love Fable, so I'm excited by that. But 2024, 2020, like when the hell is these games coming? Like I think that's the big question.
Wait till E3, yeah?
It's funny. What's funny about that is that, let's just say the games were coming out 2024. Man, dude, if the games come out at that time and we have mid-gen consoles, that's going to be fucked up, bro. Like, honestly,
it's already fucked up though, bro. Because the Xbox One X the Xbox Scorpio, the One X never got an actual game utilizing the One X. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we would see it if we would see it in the game. I mean, like we got games like God of War and The Last of Us 2 and all that on a 1 teraflop machine running, looking beautiful. So it's like, what game actually utilized the Xbox One X?
Yeah,
like
and
hardly any. That's why
Crackdown. Like, what did they get?
Yeah,
and
that was only 30 frames.
That's the thing that scares me too, because I was having an argument with somebody yesterday. PlayStation did it right. They had the same architecture on the same PS5, right? Just one doesn't have a disk drive in it. The thing that scares me is that are they going to actually fully utilize the so-called power that Xbox Series X has? Because they have the Series S they have to worry about, and now PC. Right. So it's like, will we ever see a true next-gen Xbox Series X?
You can't. It's almost impossible. I mean, unless they make 2 different games, right? One for the Series S and one for the Series X, right? And the only people that can really utilize your console to the max is your in-home developers. If you're making it exclusive on top of that, what Microsoft did was they made the mistake of having their developers develop games for multiple platforms. They got the fucking Xbox One, the Xbox One X, the Xbox One, the Xbox Series S and X, and then PC. That's like 5 fucking different fucking things with different strengths and weaknesses. And clearly, you can't just flip a switch and have a game on a lesser value like like PC does. PC, you can just have a PC, and if your PC you want to run at a lower setting, even though your shit is higher, all you gotta do is just click a gauge.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
It's
Like
different.
basically, it won't just scale like
Right.
automatically and shit. It just doesn't work that way. And some people
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you got memory sizes too. I mean, like Xbox One doesn't have a Blu-ray disc in it. I mean, it doesn't have a Ultra Blu-ray disc in it. So you got more memory on a Blu-ray disc. You know what I'm saying? And then Ultra Blu-ray disc than a regular Blu-ray disc. And then on top of that, you got the fucking SRAM or whatever that shit was that was already bottlenecking the Xbox One to begin with. Then they got rid of it with the X. It's still in the S, I believe, but they got rid of it in the X. But then the X doesn't have an SSD, and the Series S and X does. So you got different capabilities for it's just, bro. It's just I don't know what they're doing over there, bro. I don't know what they're doing, man. So
Hey,
it's just
see it
crazy.
like this. They are doing their own thing and we playing games. That's what matters. That's the only thing that matters.
I think they just want to make it simple. The only time Microsoft made actual money in gaming really is when they bought fucking Minecraft, and that's one of the most simplest games ever created. Doesn't even got a story, no graphical capabilities, nothing, but sold like hotcakes because the casuals, once they latch on, if you got a game that latches casuals, you are successful. Period. Look at Fortnite. When casuals buy, they buy. The majority of people who play Call of Duty are casual gamers. Nigga, like it or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And I play Call of Duty, so I'm not a casual, but I know what I'm dealing with there. Because it's a simple point shoot, mindless shooter that's quick and easy and fun, right? And Microsoft wants to do that. They want to make more games like that. They want Halo to be like Call of Duty. That's why it's going to be free to play. So it's Microsoft is trying different things because they're not successful with the hardcore, going against PlayStation mantra. Nintendo is successful in their own right because they don't go hardcore. They go full casual. You got Animal Crossing as one of the best-selling games ever. Animal Crossing, where you got raccoons crossing the street and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they know their people. And Microsoft keeps changing their identity to where their customer don't even know what they are anymore. It's just crazy, bro.
No joke, hey, but referring to Animal Crossing, I've actually wanted to check that game out because I'm like, shit, what's the hype around this shit?
What's going on? And you see that? Did you see that that video where they made some toast and the whole fucking crowd went crazy? You see that the fucking toast popped up in the game and everybody was cheering like they was cheering more than when backwards compatibility was announced for fucking Xbox or God of War or Kratos stepped out of the shadows in God of War at E3. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember those crowd reactions to that shit? I mean, that was the same reaction. You know what I'm saying? To toast. I'll send you the video. It's a toast.
Yeah. I saw that one actually. Was that actually real?
Yes, it's real. Real.
Hey,
it get real. It sold 12 million copies in like 3 months? Some stupid shit. 6 months.
Damn, that's just crazy as hell.
That's wild, bro.
I was gonna say, there's this guy named Ray Trevino on the chat. He says, "Hardcore gamers. What's a hardcore gamer?" Okay, dude. I think you're getting it twisted if you didn't hear the whole show. We're not saying that just because you play Call of Duty or just sports games that you're not a hardcore gamer. So
I didn't say that. I play Call of Duty, and I'm a hardcore gamer. Like, I mean, look, nobody should have to explain what a hardcore gamer is. A hardcore gamer, a regular gamer, right? A regular gamer is somebody who picks up a controller and plays the game. Anybody can do that. My mama did it. You know what I'm saying? And she don't even like games. So if you're a hardcore gamer, that means shit like we're talking about now. We're talking about the industry. We're talking about Phil Spencer. We're talking about the history of Nintendo. We're talking about we could talk about damn near every corner of gaming. That is a hardcore gamer. Just like you got hardcore people who like the hardcore Laker fans, right? Those are the ones that even when they fucking suck, they still fucking buy all the memorabilia. They fucking go to all the games. They know everything about who's getting traded and all of that good shit. To where you have regular Laker fans who will, if they're not winning a championship, won't even watch the game or will throw away their fucking Laker flags after the season's over or whatever the fuck. Like you got people who there are casuals, there are regulars, and then there are hardcore. And the hardcore are the people who study the world of gaming, bro. Who play multiple games or you can play one game, but if you're into the fucking gaming world, then you can be a hardcore gamer while playing fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah,
But you got, as long as you know your fucking information about gaming. If you're lost, if anybody in the chat right now is lost in the conversation, lost and don't know what the fuck we're talking about in this conversation, nigga, you might not be hardcore. You know what I'm saying?
You're probably not watching YouTube and podcasts and stuff like that.
And all that. I live, breathe, eat, and shit gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do. I love gaming. If I'm on a toilet, I'm fucking on Twitter or M4G, reading something up or looking at game prices or looking at game footage or making a YouTube video on gaming. I'm probably sicker in gaming than even hardcore people. But you should know if you're hardcore or not. Are you into gaming hardcore, or are you just playing games because your friends play? Or are you just playing games because you're bored? Like, what are you into? Nobody should have to explain to you whether or not what hardcore is. Hardcore is hardcore, bro. If you're hardcore into it, you're hardcore into it.
That's the thing I'm into, bro. Like, me personally, I love all genres and stuff like that. I have like 120 platinums, probably like 7,000 trophies in total. Just like 2 months ago, I platinumed the Peggle 2, bro. Like a little fucking puzzle game and shit. You know what I mean? So, and I just recently bought a couple indies that I'm willing to platinum. And, it's like one of those click games and shit like that. I guess everybody has their own definition, guess this is your perspective on how you want to call a hardcore gamer. I don't know if I would call myself a hardcore gamer. I just love games. That's just all I do,
Yeah. It makes sense. But I got to get going, guys. I got to get down to the bus stop.
All right.
Me too.
Yeah, I was gonna end the show anyways. All right,
I appreciate you guys.
Rack them up.
Crap Gamer Reviews. Thank you guys very much, Thrash. See you guys later. Cabra, peace out. Later, guys. Thanks for having me.
Later.
All right, man. Take care, brother. All right, man. That was Crap Gamer. You can follow him at Crap Gamer. You guys already know because some of you guys were talking shit. All right, Karaba. I think King Thrash has his mute mighty.
Yeah, I'm just gonna head out. It was a fun show. Everybody, check out the channel if you haven't, and pay attention to a game by the name of Biomutant. It's gonna get released in 8 days. Look it up. Also, make sure to look up the current build and not all the gameplay, because apparently a lot have changed for this game. This game is definitely gonna be a sleeper hit, I believe. We will see. I'm excited for it.
Definitely, dude. I'll check out the trailer as soon as you send it to me real quick. No, I'll check it on YouTube. What the hell do I need you to send it to me?
Yeah.
All right.
And let me know what your opinion of it.
All right, for sure, man. All right, man. Peace out, brother.
Take care. Huh?
Yeah. King Thrash, man. Yeah. Yeah, no, we were gonna end the show, plus Crap had to leave too.
Ah, shit. Right,
yeah, bro. Fucking invite me to your show sometime. If not, I could
anytime you want, man. I'll leave you you in Cabral. I'm surprised Cabral ain't hopped on and shit. I'll leave you a Discord invite, and you can just hop in the chat room and just hop in the waiting room, and I'll drag you down.
Yeah, I got Discord. I just never figured out how to use YouTube and Discord together and shit. I need somebody to teach me that shit. So.
I can go over it with you, man. I'm not a genius at it, but I know how to do it. I'm not really a tech nigga like that anyway, but I know how to do it though. So
all right, bro.
I can walk you through. So it's nothing.
All right, yeah, thanks, man.
Dude, I might do a round table today because we're kind of due. What's up?
Take care.
Oh no, you too, man. You too. I send y'all some Discord.
I might hop on your show as well.
I think come through anytime you want, bro. Like, I don't really like do invites. I'd be like, nigga, look, you want to come on, just hop in the waiting room and say, you can come out for 5 minutes. Hey, fuck what y'all talking about and then leave. To me, it doesn't matter, man. Whatever you want to say, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Take
care.
Way,
you guys can follow Karaba at Karaba. Actually, that's his Twitter name. And then we got King Thrash and shit. Just do a little outro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't do outros. If y'all watch my channel, you know what I'm saying, do what you do. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah,
but if you do not watch my channel, nigga, then don't. You know, if you want to watch my channel, you're gonna have to find it though. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to I like to promote this channel. Come back and watch this channel and hit that subscribe if you haven't, hit that like if you haven't. And if you want to hear more of me, then find me, nigga. It is what it is.
Yeah, I got you, man. You just want that word of mouth, right? You don't want to go fucking promoting some shit. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, Thresh, man. It was awesome talking to you, brother. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Hopefully, maybe I can make it to the show later on today. I'm not sure what I'll be doing, but if I could, I'll come hang out with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, for sure, man. You and Caraba, man. Y'all, Caraba too, man. Come through, man. Bring your heavy accented ass on, man. It's nothing, bro. Like I got plenty of people with heavy accents on my channel, man. So it's nothing, man. So yeah, I'll definitely send you that. I'll send you that Discord invite for sure.
Okay, we'll see you. Take
All right,
care,
my
huh,
dude.
everybody.
Take care, guys. All right.
All right.
Peace.